Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Planet for Tech. I hope you all are doing great and learning lots by watching all the continuous episode of the series PHP Beginner to Master. So guys, till now we have completed 29 episode of the series, and today in the 30th episode I am going to describe you email sending using PHP. So let's start. Today we are going to understand how we can send email using the PHP from localhost. So there are two approach. One is by using the PHP inbuilt function, other by using the PHP mailer library. So we are going to discuss on both the approach today. So let's start it. So as I said, there are two approaches to send mail using the PHP. One is by using the PHP inbuilt function, that is the mail function. Like PHP provide the mail function and it takes three argument. The first argument is to email ID, and the second argument is subject, whatever be the subject of mail, and the third argument will be the message. So this way we can pass three arguments, and the PHP inbuilt function mail will send the mail, but there is a drawback. This mail function never works in localhost. So this mail function not works in the localhost. That is why we rarely use this one. So where this mail function works properly. So this mail function works on the live web server. Once you deploy your website, then only this mail function will work. Otherwise, it will not work. So what is the alternate for this? So there is a alternate for this, that is the PHP mailer library. So we use the PHP mailer library to sending the mail from localhost as well as any web server host. So this library works well in localhost, whether you are using XAMPP, WAMP, or other LAMP or other cross-server uh, localhost environment. So this PHP mailer library always works in localhost as well as in the web host. So now today in this session we are going to understand how we can use PHP mailer library for sending mail using the SMTP details. So we are going to understand it one by one. So there are basically 9 steps we have to follow. There are basically 1 to 9 steps we have to follow. In that step, we are going to understand each one by one. As I said, we are going to use SMTP library. SMTP library. So what this SMTP is? So before moving ahead, just we have to understand what this SMTP is. This SMTP stands from Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So this is nothing but one protocol of networking. It is just like other protocol like HTTP. We have SMTP. So when we are communicating with the SMTP protocol, we need few details. So what those details are? Those details we call it SMTP details. And this includes basically port number, and you can say host, SMTP host, host name, and port number, and the username and the password. Apart from this, there is one more thing that is going to be useful in PHP mailer library, that is connection type. Is it secure or not? So let me make it connection type. So it might be SSL, it might be TLS, or it might be SSL. So we will look each all one by one. So I believe till now you have a basic understanding about what this SMTP is and what kind of details we are going to use in this particular PHP mailer library to send the mail using PHP. So for now I am going to use my SMTP details here. So I will show you this one by one. So first of all, what you need to do, you need to download PHP mailer from GitHub. So this is the URL. I will update this URL in the video description. From there you can download it. Simply what you have to do, just open this URL in the Chrome browser. This way you can see I just opened this URL, and in the bottom side you can see there are lots of files. You can directly download it from here itself. Otherwise, if you want clean code, so simply scroll down and you will find one place. Let me show you. Here you can see it is mentioned to reduce the PHP mailer deployed code footprint. We can click on this link and we can download the clean code of PHP mailer. Once it is downloaded, you will see there are few files. So I am going to show you those files here. So guys, you can see I have just downloaded that and I have extracted that zip file. So here these are the files you can see will come here. So those files I have keep inside the PHP mailer folder. So this is having one folder src. So this src is having few classes. You can see smtp.php, pop3.php, php mailer, auth token provider, and auth and the exception. So these are the PHP mailer files. These are required to send the mail using PHP mailer. Once you downloaded and extracted the file, simply put it inside the triple W folder, and you can make a subdirectory as per your convenience. And you have to create one index.php file, and in that index.php file we are going to use the code of sending mail. And if you want to send attachment, so you can keep one attachment folder as well, and in that you can keep the attachment whatever you want to send by the mail. So let me show you the code one by one. So here in the VS Code I have opened the that particular project. So here you can see we have attachment folder and PHP mailer, the same folder is there, and we have index.php. So in that index.php there are 9 steps I have prepared. So just to save the time, I have just mentioned here the code. So I am going to describe you each code one by one. So you can see in the step 1 what we need to do. First of all, we need to include these three classes. So for that we have used here use keyword. Once it is imported, then after you have to include the files from where these classes are being imported. So I have mentioned the three files here, you can see. So these files are coming from PHP mailer. Here you can see PHP mailer. Inside the PHP mailer there is a src folder. In that src there is exception.php, php mailer.php, and smtp.php. We are not using pop3 because we are not going to receive the mail. We are just sending the mail using smtp. That is why we are using smtp.php. So once you included, so this was the first step 2. Now come to the step 3. So this is the step 3. Here you can see we have to provide SMTP server details. So this is the SMTP server detail you can see here. So what we need to provide, the first we need to create one object of PHP mailer we have created, and after that we have to set each SMTP because we are going to use SMTP protocol. And in the line number 18 we have used mailer equals to SMTP, means we are going to use the SMTP protocol. And SMTP debug, it is your wish if you want to keep it 1 or 0. So if you are keeping 1, so it is going to show you all the debug information. Else you can set it 0. So 0 means it is not going to show you any information, so that whatever you want you can keep it. After that you have to give smtp auth equals to true. So guys, you have to see it clearly. All these properties are case sensitive, so you have to use it in a proper case whatever is defined inside the php mailer class. If you want to see this property, simply you have to click here and you can go to the class, and there inside you can see all these properties are already defined. We are just using those property there. We are just assigning its value. Now come to the next, SMTP secure. So here we have to give as a TLS because we are using the TLS, and the port to by default SMTP port is 587, so we have to give 587. This is the SMTP port. So this may vary as per your SMTP server. So like here I have mentioned you SMTP details include contain basically SMTP host name port number. So this is what the port number here we have used. So here we are using SMTP port number 587, but it may vary like for Google it is different, and for other mail provider it is different, but mostly we use the 587. Now come to the host. So this is my SMTP host name, and I am just hiding it because it's a critical part. So we can't show this in this video, but you have to put your the host name, SMTP host name, SMTP username. SMTP username is nothing but the email ID what you have, and the password of that email ID you have to set it here. Once this server setting is done, so we will see come to the step 5. So in the step 5 we have to put the sender information. So in the sender information we are going to put like the set email ID, like from which email ID we are going to send the mail. So this is from email ID, and the from name. From name is optional, but we can keep it. And the reply to also we can add. If you want reply should come in this mail, so we can add. Now in this step 6 we can see, so here we have to mention the recipient, like to whom we are going to send the mail. So here I have mentioned my mail ID, so I am going to send the mail to the Gmail ID. So guys, one thing you have to notice here, and this is very important, otherwise this PHP mailer library will not work. That point is what, here you can see in the username, whatever email ID we have used, so we have to look the part which is after the at the rate. So in the username and in the from email, both uh, must be same, otherwise it will not work. Let's suppose if I am using here Gmail, so it is not going to work. Why? Because here in the username I have used pronero.in, but in the mail sending I am using the gmail.com, so it is not going to work here. This is the only limitation with this SMTP PHP mailer library. So what we have to keep, we have to make sure these two emails belongs to the same server, otherwise it will not work. So this is what we have to take care of. Now come to the next point, that is the step 7. So one important point I missed. So here if you want, you can keep the CC and BC mail, and in the step 7 you can put is HTML is equals to true if you want to send a mail in HTML format. Otherwise you can keep it false if you want to send a plain text. And in step 8 we have to define the mail data. So mail data means subject, attachment and the body. So here we have mentioned mail subject, so whatever subject you can keep, and the attachment. So here we have the attachment. So here you have to notice one thing, we have to give the complete path of the file. So I have used the directory super global, sorry, magic constant. It is not super global, it is a magic constant, and pass the path of this attachment JPG, you can see here. So this complete path I have passed here. Now if you want to keep the if you want to provide the name of the attachment, so this is the second point. So it is optional, second argument is optional, this is not yet required, only the first argument is required. So you have to give the complete path, physical path of that particular file attachment. After that we can define the mail body. So body content you can give any HTML content, so you can pass HTML tag as well. So this is going to work properly. So this way we have defined the body, and in the final step, step 9, we are going to send the mail, and here we are checking if it is not sent, so we are saying like message could not be sent. And here we have shown the error information, like why this message is not going to be there. So in the last case you can see message has been sent. Now let me show you in the browser, is it working or not. So guys, in the browser I am going to open this project. So here you can see I just open this project. So by default index.php it is calling and it is sending the mail. That is why you can see here it is loading. It means it is taking few minutes of time due to the low internet speed. So here you can see message has been sent. Now I am going to show you how this message is looking there. So let me open my Gmail. So guys, here you can see this mail is showing here Rakesh Kumar and demo email from localhost. So you can see this is the name what we have mentioned here. So here we have mentioned the from name is Rakesh Kumar and the mail ID is this one. So here you can see this from name is showing and this is the subject of that, and I'm opening it. So you can see I have opened. So this you can see here it is showing properly because we have used the HTML format. So this is showing in the H1 and this is the content, and here we have one attachment. So this attachment it is showing. So we can see this is the same attachment what we have sent here. So here you can see we have the attachment. So this attachment we have sent there. So guys, this way you can see we can use the SMTP details, and with the SMTP details and by using the SMTP PHP mailer library we can send the mail using the PHP. So this is all about sending mail using the PHP with the help of SMTP mailer third party library. And if you like this video, so don't forget to share it among your friends. And if you are new to this channel, so don't forget to subscribe it so that you can get the latest notification of our upcoming episodes. So guys, thank you for watching, and going coming with a new topic in the next episode. So thank you so much.